What's up, everybody? This is Squeak. This is going to be a tutorial on the Streetboxx, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys how to use the GroovePlay mode on the Zoom Streetboxx. I'm getting a lot of questions about this particular function, so rather than give you guys an email response, I'm just going to do a video response. It's much easier this way, okay? This will also address another question that I'm getting from a lot of Streetboxx owners is how do you create a pattern and set it up so that you can have certain parts come in and out whenever you want? The answer to that question, guys, is GroovePlay. All right. In order to do that, you have to go under the GroovePlay mode to take parts in and out. Now, you have to think about your pattern a little differently, though, when you're using GroovePlay. For example, if you want to have the hi-hat come in and out, or the clap come in and out, or the bass drum, or whatever, okay, you have to record those patterns separately, meaning that, for example, your bass drum and clap or snare can be on one pattern. Your hi-hat will have to be a completely separate pattern. Your bongos or something will be another pattern or whatever, okay? And then what you'll do is you go into the GroovePlay mode and you will assign those patterns to these pads individually. And what this will allow you to do is to manipulate that pattern in real time, and it'll allow you to bring your hi-hats in and out or whatever you want to do, okay? Now, what I've done here is I've got my Streetboxx set back to factory default settings, okay? And I'm just going to start from scratch. So this is the Streetboxx as it comes out of the box. It's set to 000, which is the default preset when you first turn it on, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll all the way to pattern 210 because I know that 210 is the first empty slot in the user pattern area. So give me just a moment here and I'll scroll to 210. And if you hear any video or if you hear any cars or anything drive by my video, I apologize. I've got a lot of neighbors who are assholes who don't know how to put mufflers on their cars, so I apologize if you have to hear any of that. Okay, I'm on pattern 210. This is an empty pattern. Now, I'm going to check my kit. It says Kang 0. This is the first kit that's assigned to it. This is the default kit. So I'll go through here. Let me turn it down so I don't blow the speakers on you. All right. I'm going to go here to pad bank number 2. All right. For this first pattern, I'm going to record my bass drum and a clap as one pattern. I'm going to set my tempo to 105. I know that's a little fast for some of you, but for the sake of the video, I do it at 105. I'm going to set my bar length to 2 bars. At default, it's at 2 bars already, okay? And quick tip for those of you who've been asking me also, how do you set your bar length? Press the function button, pad number 7, in the small print underneath it says bar length. It takes you to that screen that says bar length. You just use the plus and minus button to select your bar length. It's a default at 2 bar length, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and record this real quick. Okay, here you have that. That's user pattern 210. Now I want to record my hi-hat on a completely different pattern because this is something I'm going to have come in and out. And in order to have that function under GroovePlay, I have to record this as a separate pattern. So I just scrolled up to 211, which is another empty slot. Okay, and I'm going to record my hi-hat at a 16th, all right? Now, I know that my hi-hat, for example, is going to be hitting at a constant 16th throughout the song, and I'm just going to be taking it in and out. So knowing that, I don't have to record my hi-hat at 2 bars. Since I'm going to be recording it at a 16th and I know it's going to be coming in and out at the same constant hit, I can set my bar length to 1 bar and not have to worry about recording 2 bars. So I'm going to again go to bar length here and I'm going to set it to 1 bar. Press the record. It will give me just a moment here. To get a constant repeat, guys, this bar down here is called the step repeat. You press and hold that, then press any pad you want. And it's going to give you a constant hit, and that hit is based on your quantizing, okay? If you have your quantize set to 16, you're going to get a hit at a 16. If you have it set to 32, you're going to get a hit at a 32, okay? So I'm going to record this real quick. Okay, I now have 2 patterns, 210 and 211. Now, I'm going to record a third pattern, and this will be another part that I might want to bring in and out. So I have to go to 212, another empty slot, because again, I have to break this up into separate patterns. Let's play around here. All right, there's a vocal shot right there. I'll use that. Now keep it at 1 bar. And here you go. And again, I go back to 210. This is the base of my pattern. 211 is my hi-hat, and 212 is the vocal shot. Now what I want to do is I want to assign each of these patterns to the pads individually so that I can manipulate that in real time. I have to go into GroovePlay, and you press song and pattern at the same time together. Takes you into the GroovePlay mode. Both of these pads will light up. It's default to 0, 0, and it says Kangs. I want to go to an empty slot, number 3. Now when I press and hold a pad, guys, watch this. You hear that? When you are in the empty slots, they are already going to have default patterns assigned to them. What you want to do, and what I'm going to do in this video, is I want to assign my own pattern that I've created to a pad. And how you change the pattern that's assigned to this pad is actually very simple, okay? When you press and hold the pad in, it'll tell you the name of the pattern, or the name of the pattern on the screen, and it will tell you the pattern number that's assigned to that pad. This is telling me that pattern number 165 is assigned to pad 0, okay? I want to assign my own, so I'm just going to keep that pad pressed down, and I'm going to use the plus or minus button. I'm going to scroll up to 210. Now, notice you still hear the default. As I release my finger, it stops, but watch what happens when I press that pad again. You hear that? That is my user pattern. All right, now I want to go and I want to set my hi-hat to this pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press and hold this pad in. If you notice, it's already hitting at a 16th. Now, this is one of the default patterns already assigned to that pad, but since I recorded one of my own, I'm going to go in and I'm going to assign the one that I recorded to this pad. So you press and hold it in again. It's telling me pattern number 167 is assigned to that pad. I'm going to scroll up to pad number 211, okay? Because that's my hi-hat. Now I'm going to release the pad and press it again. It's quiet because I recorded a lower volume level, but that is the hi-hat that I recorded. Now I want to set the vocal shot that I did on this pad. So I'm going to press and hold that pad. You will hear a default. It's a synth pad or a synth pattern assigned to that pad, number 169. I'm going to go all the way up to 212 because that's the one that I recorded. All right. Now as I go back and I press these pads, let me turn this up for you. There we go. Now, the 3 user patterns that I created are now assigned to 3 separate pads. As I press this pad and hold it in, it'll play in a continuous loop. If I release the pad, the pattern stops. Same goes for my hi-hat. Same goes for the vocal shot. Now, if I want that pad, or one particular pad, to play in a continuous loop under the GroovePlay, I again press the step repeat bar, hold it in, and just press the pad that I want. It is now playing in a constant loop. And I can bring my hi-hat in, do the same thing. And I can go in and bring in the vocal shot. So I'm sure you get the picture of what I'm doing here, okay? And if I want a particular pad to stop, I just press it, and it stops. I can get my hi-hat to stop by doing that. I can get my bass and clap to stop by doing that. And again, you have the option of either pressing and holding the pad, or you can use the step repeat bar. All right. Now there's something else you can do. You can have more than one pad trigger at the same time. You press the step repeat bar again if you're going to have them loop, and you just press the 2 pads you want to have repeat. Okay? Again, very easy to do. So I hope this video helped you guys out a little bit, okay? If any of you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try to answer them, all right? But again, guys, to sum it up, if you want to do your patterns and break them up and have parts come in and out, you have to record your patterns individually, okay? And then assign those into the GroovePlay mode, all right? If you have any questions, again, just let me know.